In this day and age, we have an amazing tool to help us change the world and make it a better place. You may know it. It's called the internet. Recently, people have started a couple hashtag campaigns in order to give popular characters same-gender love interests. You may be familiar with these. They include Give Elsa a Girlfriend, and today, Give Captain America a Boyfriend. I think these campaigns are incredibly important, not because the people who are in charge of these characters may necessarily notice them and actually change the stories that they already have planned, but because they're making people mad. People are getting so worked up over these hashtags. They feel like they need to insert their opinions everywhere because they think we are ruining these good characters, these good heterosexual characters, and that we are forcing them to be queer. Because they weren't already forced to be heterosexual in your minds. The one reasonable complaint I heard about the Give Elsa a Girlfriend campaign was the fact that a lot of people had cannoned her as asexual. And that makes sense, given a lot of the things that we saw in the Frozen movie, but I think what people are missing is the fact that asexual people can still have girlfriends. Some people had cannoned her as aromantic as well. Can still have a girlfriend. Also, if you want to look for another princess that is potentially ace or aro, Merida. She is incredible. Today, though, I've mostly been reading tweets about the Give Captain America a Boyfriend hashtag, and people are just... do they not realize bisexuality is a thing? They're all, you're making Captain America gay, you're forcing him to be gay. I actually read a comment along the lines of, 1, you say that homosexuality isn't a choice and is something that is a part of you since birth, but 2, you're saying that you now want to change Captain America's sexuality. This person was concerned because we were changing the already established sexuality of a comic book character. This is not a real person we're talking about. This is a comic book character. Tons of versions of his storyline have been released. It's not uncommon for the story to be changed or altered in some way, or for new parts of the story to come about. And he could have always been bisexual or biromantic. That is an option. We know that he has had female love interests. You had Agent Peggy Carter. You had Cher and Shannon. I'm sorry, I'm not caught up in these films, but there is another lady person that he's interested in. Doesn't mean he can't be interested in guys as well. I really like this particular comment that happened when I clicked the Facebook link. I quote, I think adding a confused sexuality story is too much for the movie. They're talking about Infinity Wars, I guess, the next Captain America movie. I don't know, I'm still not caught up, I'm sorry. And just doing it randomly with no explanation would be too out of left field. We're not asking for Captain America to show up in the next movie with a boyfriend and no explanation. That's not something anyone is asking for. People who want him to have a love interest who is a man just want representation. It doesn't have to be a plot line, it doesn't have to be a huge element of the story. From what I've seen from the Avengers movies and the various other Marvel movies is that there is kind of one general plot line, but there are a whole bunch of different other aspects tying in here and there and little things that you can see only after repeated viewings, and that's what makes the movies interesting. It's not like we're asking for a rom-com in which Captain America gets a boyfriend, although I'm sure plenty of people would find that very appealing. We're just looking for more representation in mainstream media. This is the next person I saw posting something on Facebook, and if you are younger, maybe cover your ears. Yes, of course, because the only possible way to prove you're not a bigot is to make every fictional character in history into a gender-fluid, dick-sucking homo. Yup, that's the only way. Honestly, if not every character is just like that, you're a bigot. Sorry, I don't make the rules. But actually, I can't think of a single gender-fluid character in mainstream media, whether or not they suck dick, or are homosexual, or homo-romantic, or whatever this person meant, besides using that as a slur. And a lot of people who aren't actively trying to be bigoted are questioning why we need to add this storyline, why we need to add something that wasn't already planned to a movie, potentially. And I guess the question I have for those people is, why can't Captain America be bisexual? Why are you against that idea? And really, no one's saying that Captain America is bi. No one's saying that Elsa is a lesbian or into women. We're just putting the suggestion out there that, hey, do you want to maybe, I don't know, represent us a little bit? Just an idea. We're trying to challenge the idea that straight is the default for all of these popular characters. If you see a character and they're with someone of a different gender, you're like, oh, they're straight, but bi people exist. Or if you see a character who doesn't have a love interest like Elsa, people still assume she's straight. There is absolutely no proof of any romantic interest on her part. People say that social justice warriors and feminists are the ones who are easily offended, but the people using these hashtags are just having a great time seeing how many people they can offend by the idea that their favorite characters may not be straight. This whole video can pretty much be summed up by heteronormativity. Blech. I'm going to leave you with one last quote. I don't care if you want to have characters be gay/lesbians, but create new ones for that. Don't change and ruin old established characters. I'm 100% positive Captain America didn't have a boyfriend in the comics, so to make him gay all of a sudden would just make no sense. I think that just sums it up, honestly. Bi people don't exist. Make it Captain America gay, which is obviously already established that he cannot be, would ruin the character. Do you guys support these hashtag campaigns? Let me know in the comments. Happy about them. I'll see you tomorrow. I have witnessed a lot of people lately policing trans people's identities based on how they look.